Okay, so we have a analyzing quadratic graphs type question here. Our first question is, what is the y-intercept? So there's usually a few easy questions like this one. You should about know what the vocabulary means. So the y-intercept here is going to be 15. It is, but when we write an axis of symmetry, you always have to write it as an equation. If you write -2, you're only going to get 1 point. So what we're looking at here for the axis of symmetry is this line down here. It goes through x equals -2. In fact, every point on that line is x equals -2. So that is the axis of symmetry. When you do an axis of symmetry, write x equals. That will cost you a point.
So why is it negative?
Because these are all of the points where x equals -2. Why is it important? It goes through the vertex. So here where it says what are the coordinates of the vertex, we already know -2 is one of them. We can see the other one's about 26, 27, 28, but we don't have enough detail on this graph. I've chosen a graph which doesn't have the full minor grid lines. Okay, so we're given factor form. We have to put the equation in factor form. What is special about factor form? How does it relate to the graph? How does factor form relate to the shape of the graph? You must know this. This is the concept. It shows us where the zeros are. So where are the zeros? -5 and 1. So this means we've got y equals a times. Now, what do we put inside the brackets? If we have our solutions at -5 and 1, what do we write inside the brackets?
+5 and 1. Negative 1.
We write +5 and -1. So all we have to do now is find the a. The best way to find the a is to insert the coordinate of the y-intercept. So if you have the y-intercept, it's at 0, 15. That means when x equals 0, y equals 15. If we put this in, we get 15 equals a bracket 5, close bracket -1. Because 5 plus 0 and -1 plus 0 simplifies easy. You can solve this one using n-solve. We have this equation, we can solve it using n-solve. So let's pull up our calculator here. Okay, so menu 3, 1. And we want to type that in. We've got 15 equals a bracket 5, close bracket, open bracket, -1, close bracket. So we type the equation in, comma, solve for the variable a. Oops. Missed an equals. No. Yeah, I'm going to put a multiplication symbol here. I think it's being sensitive about that. Yeah. And then it takes the brackets away once it knows how to process it. So I needed the extra multiplication symbol in here. This gives me a equals -3. So our equation is y equals -3, x plus 5, x minus 1. So what we need to do now is we need to find the coordinates of the vertex. But now we've got the function. So pull up your graphing calculator. Take this in your hand now to practice. Take it in your hand now to practice. Press Control, add page here where it says document. Add a graph page, number 2. Type in our new function that we've got, -3 bracket x plus 5
close bracket, open another bracket, and I write x minus 1. It will draw it looking like this. We can't see the vertex. We need to change our window settings. So if you remember here on the graph, it goes up to 25, 30. So we want to go up to 30 here. These ones don't matter, minus 6 and 4, that should do us. So let's change our window settings. Menu, window, window setting. The maximum y value needs to be 30, and then we'll see the graph. Once we see the graph, we can press menu, analyze graph, find the maximum, stroke the keypad to the left until you go to the left-hand side of where the vertex is, click, then stroke to the right, click. We see it's at minus 2, 27. This is at minus 2, 27. If you have your function typed in and you know what your x is, because we knew the axis of symmetry was minus 2, you can find it a little bit quicker using this technique. We press Control. Once we've graphed it, we go over here, we press Function, Variables, choose Function 1, and just say, what is the y value when x equals minus 2? And it will tell you 27. It's a little bit quicker. So all we need now is the last question. What is the range of the function? So the range of the function is everything from the vertex either upwards or downwards, depending which way the function is going. So in this case, it's going to be downwards. So we need to say that y is less than 27. Y is less than 27. You can write that in interval notation with soft bracket negative infinity, comma 27, hard bracket. Cool. Now, I included the point 27. Why? Why do I include 27, Jimmy? But why do I include the 27? That's an actual point on the graph. Yeah. So when we put in this value minus 2, we do actually get 27. 27 is a point on the graph. All points on a graph are always included. So if you have a point which is actually on the graph, you always include it. Okay, that's it for that type of question.